All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to, I'll name this segment later, GTG Spits That Grease, so on and so forth. Title forever in the works. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm super late on this. My fault. But I am super duper 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 late on this. But it should be fun either which way. So if the title hasn't given me away yet, ladies and gentlemen, apparently, what is it that they called over there on that being said? Like Phil in the Wild? Some segment like that. Excuse me, some segment like that, right? Big ups to them. But apparently DSP was actually caught out in the wild. Apparently there's an actual sighting of him and shit and whatnot, taken by a fan. I'll bring that up in a minute. But so this situation happens, right? It's floating around or whatever the case may be. And DSP is asked about it on stream, and he gives his usual spiel about, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember any of that. Oh, well, I do remember that happening, and it wasn't a big deal. And oh, they're just now bringing this up. Oh, that happened months ago, and yada 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 yada. He flip flops super fucking weird on all that bullshit. But DSP is a weirdo. Keep in mind, just for future reference, ladies and gentlemen, this is the same individual who was asked about his graduation photo. It might have been his valedictorian photo, now I think about it, but his graduation photo, saying he wasn't sure if that was him. It's the same mongoloid who was asked about a picture at what was that shit called? Is it called Curls and Twirls or whatever the fuck that his little salon him and his wife like to go to? He was asked, hey, is that cat in this picture? Because her hair looks kind of nice. I don't know if that's cat. I can't tell. I'm not sure. Oh, she ain't never given you a blowjob before? You never seen the top of your wife's head before, Phil? That's not a thing. Not to say that she needs to suck your dick to fucking your penne for you to be able to see if you could recognize her from that angle, but you couldn't tell. That's this mongoloid doing that dumb shit. So in any case, so he goes off on some giant spiel. He says he don't know what people are talking about, yada yada yada, so on and so forth. I really want to wait, depending on when you guys see this, but I really want to wait because I'm sure he's gonna come back and actually flush the story out. But at the time that I'm recording this, he hasn't done it yet. I really should wait, but it is what it is. The news will wait. The news will only wait for so long. But then again, it's always late, never breaking, unreliable coverage you can't count on. I've built my name up on that moniker, so it is what it is. But in any case, whatever. Whatever. So here's the photo in particular as the fan. His name doesn't really matter. And then that's DSP up there in the corner. And then here's another shot of it. It's a selfie. A lot of things to be taken from this. First off, where was this taken at? Where was this taken at, ladies and gentlemen? Well, I, in particular, don't know. So the only three places I can think of is either Trader Joe's, Fred Meyer's, or Safeway, which are three of the closest places to DSP. But I'm not really quite sure. I'm sure, by the time you guys see this, the whole story will be flushed out. Few things. One, Jesus Christ, Phil, you look like shit. You look unhealthy as fuck. Two, and whatnot, not to disrespect this guy here, but you could say this guy right here taking a picture with like his long lost recluse of an uncle and shit that the family don't talk about because he does weird things or he's been accused of doing weird things. Grooming, defending pedophiles, just being a weirdo. Anyway, so that's what this is. It's hilarious. Phil, what the fuck? First off, Phil, the jacket's all right. I can't be mad at the jacket. Your collarbone or whatever that shit is that's protruding up at the top of your shirt or close to the top of your shirt, I don't know what that's about. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just the lighting, whatever. But Phil, yourself, this ain't good, bruh. You need to, whatever it is that you're on, it's time to stop. It's time to stop. Put the needle down, or what do they call it? The jab. Put the jab down. Someone tell Rich. Well, Rich is still pretty fucking fat, so he might still need it too. But whatever. Y'all need to ease back on your doses or whatever the fuck. This don't look good. You look like a fucking ghoul out here. You look like a fucking ghoul. What is this, Phil? You should have just said, hey man, don't take the picture and that's it. Now DSP has a very interesting little, he's weird about this shit. And like I said, well, don't worry, we're gonna play the video. I got the B-roll playing in the background, but we will play the video. DSP has this weird ass thing about it where it's like, it's almost like he's been, okay, my own personal opinion. I really should wait to see if he responds to this shit. I really need to wait and see if there's another response to this, but fuck it. I think two things. I actually think two things. I think one, DSP doesn't remember this. That's the first thing. I just honestly think he doesn't remember. Two, if he does remember, I think he's been hesitant about this shit. I think he really thought, you know, this shit was gonna blow up around whatever time this photo was actually taken. And that right there would have reinforced to him that it was a troll. But when it didn't come out right away, or however long it was until it finally came out, then he was more at ease and thought it was really a fan. And now that it's being brought up now, I think he's just trying to get ahead of it, or he's trying to wrestle control of the situation. Two, if this is on his day off, where's Kat? Just saying. DSP says that on their days off, that's the days that they run errands and spend time with each other. She's not there, clearly. So where is she? So all those fucking bullshit stories he likes to raffle off each and every week about going out, running errands, spending time with each other, coming home, finally relaxing, all that bullshit. No. I mean, plenty of detractors, trolls, haters, and critics already told you that was bullshit, but this right here is the tail of the tape. This paints it. And one of you, and I'm sure a few of you could be reasonable about this and say, oh, well, excuse me, it was just one time, or she's just waiting in the car, or, you know what I'm saying, her cankles hurt, so he dropped her off and then decided to go back out or whatever. Sure, whatever. But the reality is, she ain't there. So a large part of his stories, his Phil day off segments, are absolute bullshit. Imagine that. Imagine a pathological liar lying about some dumb shit and then eventually getting proven otherwise. Womp womp. In any case, this is the photo in question. Now, let's go to the actual footage. Let's actually go and see what DSP has to say about this when he was confronted. Let's talk about that. Do I gotta type to this shit or something? Let me see something here. Let me see if I'm a professional about this. Okay. Let's see. This was, first off, big ups to Raw Phil and whatnot, because that's the thing. Big ups. And I don't know if I cut this or Diggs did. I'm gonna give the credit to Diggs. If it's cut good, it was Diggs. If it was cut bad, it was me. You guys know. Okay, so DSP speaks on taking a picture with a fan at Safeway, Fred Meyer's, or Trader Joe. I think I cut this because I wanted to cover my bases. And then denies it. This is from August 2nd of 2026, because of course it is. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and see what Phil got to say about some shit. Here we go.
For chat. Let's see.
Sometime today, Phil. Sometime today.
For the record, this whatever you guys are talking about, I guess someone claims they met me at a supermarket. No, they didn't. Someone did meet me at a supermarket, but it would.
Wait, what? How do we? Wait. No. You guys are claiming that someone met me at a supermarket? No, they didn't. I did meet someone at a supermarket. Peak mental illness. Holy shit.
You guys are talking about I guess someone claims they met me at a supermarket. No, they didn't. Someone did meet me at a supermarket, but it was.
What is that? Phil. Just shut up. Just shut up. Stop talking. Just literally, just stop talking. Save yourself the trouble. Just stop talking. It's not hard. You guys are saying that someone claimed that they met me at a supermarket. No, they didn't. I met someone at the supermarket, though. He's too lazy. This is the crazy part. Because I know what the spin is. The spin is that, hey, someone is saying that they were going to meet up with me at a supermarket. No, they didn't. I did meet someone at the supermarket. That's what he wants to say. That's what the spin's supposed to be. He can't even execute that anymore. He lacks the mental fortitude, dexterity to even be able to do that. And that's not a complicated thing. He could have just told the truth and said, yeah, someone did meet me at a grocery store and we took a picture and shit. That's all he had to say. He can't even lie about that. He can't even lie properly about that, if there is a proper way of lying. That's some wild shit. Evil laugh. That's some fucking ridiculous shit, though. I gotta tell you, that's some fucking ridiculous ass shit.
For the record, this whatever you guys are talking about, I guess someone claims they met me at a supermarket. No, they didn't. Someone did meet me at a supermarket, but it was about a month ago that they recognized me and we took a picture and everything together. That was the last time. So if anyone is saying that they took a picture of me at a supermarket and met me, they didn't.
You can actually see the paranoia starting to set in now, because, and this is just my own personal opinion, is that he's been afraid that he's being photographed and whatnot, which probably explains why Kat wasn't in that picture, which probably explains why she doesn't go out with him. It may not be so much she just doesn't want to go. I'm sure there are times where she just doesn't want to go, but there may be times where he's like, no, I'll just go ahead and do it. I'll be right back. Don't worry. You don't have to do anything. Just, you know, vegetate around and I'll be back in a little while. That might be what it comes up to. Now, one could, if I really wanted to get into my bag, hypothetical pignosis, our favorite game. One could make the argument. That maybe he's doing something out there that he don't want Kat to know about. Maybe that he don't want nobody to know about. I don't know. But it's very clear that he is very hyper fixated and hyper focused on the idea that he is being photographed at any given time. And he just doesn't want to be caught in a compromising position. And more importantly, he probably don't want Kat to be photographed too. Because if she's back to, you know, her, you know, beach body, you know, supermodel, you know, fucking status again, then you would think you'd want to show that off. Unless she's still very much cosplaying as Roseanne Barr and she just, you know, and she doesn't, it's better for her to be heard and not seen. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know anything about anything. But I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
They just did it. If it is true, they did it stealthily. And in my opinion, that's bizarre. Like, you can just come up to me if you see me in person and say, hey, are you DSP? Hey, what's up? Can I get a picture? Hi, how you doing? You can do that. I wouldn't be offended at all. I do it all the time. If anyone recognizes me, I'm okay with it. I find it really weird that someone would like stealth take a picture like it's some big deal. You guys see me every day.
Now that's referencing two different situations. I don't have the photos on deck with that. So, you know what I'm saying? This isn't, don't get me wrong, this isn't a trust me bro type situation, but he's referring to two separate situations. One, when Kat was visiting and they were walking in the mall and whatnot, and someone basically caught almost a side angle back shot of him. He's referring to that without saying it. And then he's also referring to that photo where him and someone who looks like Kat they were in their car and they were like at a grocery store or something, or they were at a gas station or whatever, and someone snapped a photo of that. Now, I can go even further than that. There are some photos of outside of a mall, or it was in some type of shopping plaza, and someone actually was able to identify as Phil's car, and they took some pictures of it and whatnot, and the license plate and all that. So there's that too. So DSP has been photographed out in the wild quite a few times, but I think honestly, the first two examples I gave you, the time he was walking in the mall with who we thought was Kat, or we think is Kat, and then that time that they were, I want to tell you they were at a gas station or something, and someone snapped a picture of both of them in the car. He's referring to those two situations because he never really addressed either one of those situations in depth, I should say. He might have said something in glancing or in passing, but he never really referenced either one of those scenarios. So, keep that in mind.
This is what I look like. I mean, I've shown you how I look. Look, you know, why would you not say hello and take a picture?
Well, for one, it's very clear that what you just said just a minute ago about how you see me on stream all the time, instead of you got filters on there. We clearly know that. So how you look here, evil laugh, and what we see right here are two separate things. What he presents to you, what the reality is. What he presents to you, what the reality is. Neither one of them are good. Let's be honest. Neither one of them are good. But what he presents to you and what we actually get. I think that right there in itself is enough to question some shit. But let's play it back. Let's go ahead and make sure that we're hearing him with his full clarity.
Me, I'm okay with it. I find it really weird that someone would like stealth take a picture like it's some big deal. You guys see me every day. This is what I look like. I mean, I've shown you how I look. Look,
He has shown you what he looks like. You see him every day. I don't know. I don't know, Slim. I don't know if it completely matches up. I'm having way too much fun with this shit. Oh my God, I don't know if it's completely matching up, Phil. That's just me, though. I may be slightly biased. Okay, we're back. Okay, had the... we had a bit of a situation and whatnot, so I'm gonna have to re-record like a minute and whatnot, but we'll just freestyle it from here. We'll see where we're going. When we last left off, though, we were making a comparison by what you see on stream and what we see in real life, so we'll pick it up from there and we'll see where we go.
Why would you not say hello and take a picture?
Oh, I know where I'm at that now. Because the truth be told, the smell of spam is strong with this one. So that might be a problem. On top of the fact that him reapplying cologne throughout the day, which is not completely unusual, but if you're in a room that's already moldy and smelly already, and you admittedly say that it's always hot in there and you're sweating all the time profusely, maybe you applying cologne multiple times doesn't make a whole lot of sense without taking a bath. That's one thing. On top of that, he looks like a Fallout ghoul. So I don't know if you know what I'm saying? I don't know what you have as contagious and this, that, and the third. There's still a lot of negative there's a lot of negative sentiments about people with AIDS or with cancer and so on and so forth. There's a lot of ignorance still floating around out there. And people might be dumb enough to still be afraid that they could catch it from just looking at you. So that might be a problem, Phil. Just saying, there's a lot of reasons that people may want to keep their distance. I'm just saying. You don't look like the most stable individual and right now, and in general and whatnot out there in the public. There may be a reason to keep away from you. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you have kids. You know what I'm saying? He looks like one of those people. It's like, maybe let's go this way. Let's just go to the other end of the aisle and whatnot. I don't know if he's going to try to snatch you up or offer you a stale piece of candy or some bullshit. You got to be careful out there. You know what I'm saying? You got to be responsible and so on and so forth.
That's very confusing. Really, I don't get it. So, does that make any sense? Isn't that weird? Why would someone be like that? Why would someone just be like, oh, I stealthily took a picture or whatever? That's bizarre to me.
You know what's also bizarre? During the pandemic, this idiot would go to grocery stores or go to his local grocery store, one of the three, either Safeway, Trader Joe's, or Fred Meyer's. And he admitted that he was in an aisle and he watched this lady stock up on, excuse me, I want to say it was like tomato sauce, I think. I can't remember if it was Ragu or Presto or Prego or whatever. It was some type of tomato sauce. He saw this woman just grabbing all this tomato sauce. And he was sitting here thinking to himself, he was literally criticizing this woman in his head, being like, why are you taking all this? He said that she had purchased or grabbed like 11 jars or whatever. Didn't actually specify the sizes, but whatever. And he was literally criticizing this woman for doing this shit. Now, two things. One, do you know how weird it is that you took enough time to sit there and hyper focus on a person at a grocery store and count how many jars of fucking tomato sauce they purchased? You know how fucking weird that is? On top of that, then why do you care how much tomato sauce she picked up or she's buying? She's not stealing it, she's buying it. When you make your own fucking sloppy tomato sauce at home anyway. So what do you care? And are you telling me that the aisles were so full that you had no choice but to sit there stationary and watch this woman do this? Or did you were you creeping around an aisle or some shit and you saw her doing it and you literally just hyper fixated on that for maybe a couple seconds longer than you should? Tell me what's really weird. Don't be wrong, taking photos without people's consent in public is fucking weird as shit. But you hyper fixating about people in random aisles and what they're picking up and putting into their cart is kind of weird too. Food for thought.
Right? He took it with you and I smiled. That was a month ago. That was about a month ago. Did he just post it online now?
Now this goes back to what I was telling you. When either one, he forgot that this photo was ever even taken. This encounter, I should say, ever even happened. Or two, He did remember it, and he thought it was a troll, so he was expecting it to hit the internet right away. When it didn't, it kind of quenched some of his paranoia and some of his fears, and he thought, okay, maybe they're an actual fan. So now that it's coming back up, if you will, he's now trying to not necessarily get a hold of it, but he's trying to reframe the situation.
Because that was about a month ago at the supermarket. I met someone, and I told you about it too. I told you that he recognized me, right? Maybe I didn't. Did I?
No, you didn't. But it's funny though how his first thought was the lie. I told you about this. I did. I told you about that. Did I tell you about this? Why would you even do that? Say you don't remember. And then he knew that it was a lie, so he had to walk it back, which makes you look even more weird.
To go at the supermarket, I met someone, and I told you about it too. I told you that he recognized me, right? Maybe I didn't. Did I not tell you guys that?
Don't even remember.
So, sorry, let's see. We have...
Easy, bro.
So that was Hydra with the $2 super chat making that reference about the supermarket, which I don't understand, because again, the person who did...
What do you mean you don't understand? You literally just explained to us what the situation was. I mean, you try to lie your way through it, but an answer is an answer, right? Doesn't matter if it's the truth or not. An answer is still an answer. But now you're trying to act like you have no clue what's going on? The fuck is this, bruh? And like I said, he's scared about anything and everything that is outside of that room and outside of his control. It's really fascinating to watch, actually. A random occurrence that happened at a local grocery store, and look at how flipped out he is about this bullshit. People talk to people, Phil, when they're outside their homes. It's a regular thing. It's a thing that you should be doing daily. It's a healthy thing to interact with people. Science proves it. So, but why are you acting like this? Like, why are you acting like this? Not everybody's out to hurt you. But see, if you're the perpetual victim, as DSP is, and if everybody's trying to hold you down and hold you back and take advantage of you, sorry, and everybody's out to take advantage of you, then everybody has to be evil. Everybody has to be out to do harm to you and your family. Everybody has to be out to get you. The problem is he sat there and lost his own narrative. He's turned the lie into reality, and now he can't shut it back off. And that's the most fascinating thing out of all of that. I want you to think about that. He has perpetuated a lie in his head, a victim scenario that has now become a complex, and now he can't turn it off. You say the lie loud enough and long enough, and it becomes the truth. Now it's become his reality, and he can't shut it off. It's fascinating.
That was like a month ago when they took that picture. So it wasn't this week or anything.
No one said it. No one said it was. No one said it was.
Alex Silva did a $10 super chat. He said, did you watch any Dark Side of the Rings focusing on...
Oh yeah, that's the new whale, Alex Silva. I think what his name is. I guess he's the new whale on the block. We'll see how long he lasts. It's more likely just a sock account though.
80s and 90s wrestling with feedback from the wrestlers and commentators. I just watched Big Boss Man. What to watch? No, I have not. Maybe I will someday.
I don't know. Okay, see, I'm hit or miss about Dark Side of the Ring, right? Because like a lot of them, especially early on, a lot of them coincide with the shoot interviews with some of these same guys or some of the people around it. But in later seasons, some of them got shaky. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not saying that anybody blatantly lied or they try to spin some type of crazy narrative or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. But what I will say is some details just didn't completely match up to some of the shoot interviews that I, in particular, some of the people that I was talking to about it, matched up. Not completely. Enough to where it comes across enough to be the established narrative, but some of it was a little different in certain situations or whatever. But then there's a whole bunch of reasons why that may have happened and so on and so forth. That's a whole nother story for another day. But overall, though, there's still a very good watch. And like I said, especially if you can find the shoot interviews to go along with those scenarios, then it works out pretty good. But like I said, there's just a few situations where that's not how this particular shoot interview happened. That's not what was said in the Hannibal interview. That's not what was said in the YouTube shoot interview. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm nitpicking now.
But I'm really not interested in pro wrestling that much anymore. I'm kind of like...
Well, you never were. And on top of that, when PPP came in and showed what a real, authentic fan is, right? And how you can be a fan and still somewhat be a mark, you just treat it all like entertainment. It completely shattered DSP's quote-unquote notion of fandom. It made him look like the fraud and the poser that he really was. If you really go back to those Grill Phil segments and even the Smart Guy segments they had, it really exposes how much of a fake fan DSP always was, which goes back to what John and Howard said, John in particular, said about DSP in the John and Howard response, where, hey, you're saying that you want to resurrect this wrestling show and whatever, but then DSP admitted to John, he's not actually watching it right now. So when you're ready to do the show again, let me know and he'll start watching it again. So you're not really watching it. You're not keeping up with anything. You're just looking to, I'm paraphrasing this part right here. You're basically looking at bouncing off what I say to try to basically fugazi your way through this bullshit. How much of a real fan are you? That's what John said. I'm paraphrasing some of that, but the most part, that's what John said. And DSP proved that with Triple P, or you know what I'm saying, or PPP he proved that with PPP or Triple P, as I like to call him. Sorry, but PPP proved it. He literally proved that he was a fraud. He wasn't a real fan. He was only willing to get into it while there was money to be made, while he was profiting. But then keep in mind, this shows you how hyperfixated I'm on this shit. DSP admitted in multiple episodes of Smart Guys on how he skimmed through shit. Or PPP ends up telling us that he kind of had to preface DSP week by week on certain shit because DSP was just skimming through shit. So keep that in mind. DSP's not a real fan. He never was. It's like he was never a real gamer.
Gotten to the age where I just don't care. I'm into cards.
Oh yeah, we see what kind of poser fraud he is there. You see how he's poaching off of these different card communities, even though he says he's not. But you see how he's poaching off all these different card communities, looking to molest any of the fucking dented individuals over there for money and clout too. So yeah, that kind of makes sense. DSP is just out to take advantage of people. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't value any of you. He's just out to take advantage of you. And whatever the lure, whatever the bait that he can use to bring you in, that's what he's going to do. Don't ever forget that.
Honestly, that's kind of what I'm into right now. So, thank you for the $10, Alex. Yeah, I saw that. So, well, hopefully you're all right. Autry, I'm glad that you had a good time at Gen Con, though. Okay.
Oh.
What's up, J-Rad? How are you? All right, let's get ready. We were going to get started, and then I got distracted here.
Imagine that.
Oh, is that what it is?
Is that what it is? Sometime today, Phil.
Ah, now I know that this guy's a fake. Time to ban this guy. Here's how I know it's a fake. The guy said, hope to see you and your wife again in the future. My wife wasn't with me, stupid. Get banned.
Let's see what this actually says. Okay, at DSP, no, I'm not a troll. And we took the photo back in May. I just had not been on your stream since. But it was really great meeting you. Hope to see you and your wife again in the future. Man. Here's the thing about that. One could make the argument that he wasn't saying, hey, I hope to see you and your wife again. One could make the argument that that's not what Hydra was saying. One could say that, oh, hey man, I hope to see you again and hopefully maybe your wife's there too and I can meet her too. One could make the argument. It could go both ways on that. So that's really what it could be. Now, like I said, that you got to really take some liberties when you think about stuff like that. But that's really what it could be. It couldn't be. It may not be anything more than that. Anyway, I'm just saying, playing devil's advocate with this.
Man, bitch, catch the fucking fade.
Wait, what? Say DSP always looking for a gotcha. Always out there looking for a free lunch because he doesn't have control of the situation. So that's why this happened, I'm sure.
Time to ban this guy. Here's how I know it's a fake. The guy said, hope to see you and your wife again in the future. My wife wasn't with me, stupid. Get banned, bitch. Catch the fucking fade.
It's actually really sad him trying to adapt like LTG's like mannerisms. It's really sad because you can't pull them off. So I don't know why you're doing that. Shit's absolutely fucking cringe. On top of that though too, you're lashing out because what? You weren't in control of that situation. You were paranoid as shit. It made you look paranoid. So now you have to get your final word, like, you know, hey Craig, you want me back on the show? We want to hash things out. Everything's good, right? Yeah, sure, that'd be great, Phil. Go fuck yourself, Craig. I'm not interested. That's what this is. This is literally that. That's a fantastic screenshot, by the way. But that's exactly what this is. That's sad as hell, bruh. And if it's a little thing, if this whole situation with this whole meetup or wherever at the grocery store was just a little thing and it don't mean anything, why the fuck are we responding like this? And then in the same vein as the side scroller interview where DSP's like, oh, in closing, remember at the end of that interview where he's like, oh, and did my trolls go ahead and look up the whatever information or whatever on how my wife's ex was beating on her? Did he do that? He tried to pull that same thing here with this about, oh, my wife wasn't even with me, stupid. Okay, we kind of already saw that. We kind of already figured that. If not, I would figure that she might want to take a photo. He might take a photo with all three of you. Not to say that she needed to do that, but one would think that would be a thing. If you're a happy couple or whatever, you probably wouldn't mind a fan taking a picture with the two of you, if not all three of you, in a selfie type way. So it was not hard to tell that she wasn't there. But to use that as a gotcha against this guy in the same way and in the same vein that he did with the side scroller situation, that speaks volumes, bruh. Speaks volumes.
Because you are a liar.
Look at the retarded seal clapping for itself. That's crazy.
Bitch. Got him. I love it. Anyway, now let's get set up for Pokemon. Here
cringe.
we go.
And he's so proud of himself too. That's the really sad part. Like he's really, really proud of himself. Like he did something. like he really did something. Jesus, Phil.
All right, let's get this music muted. Let's start playing Pokemon. We're almost to a milestone, everyone. Where
oh, here we go. Now we're begging.
We're gonna open another Pal World pack. You guys voted for Pal World. You get Pal World tonight. We're gonna crack that box and see what Pal World cards look like, and let's get some freaking hits. There's only 12 packs in the Pal World box.
Okay, enough of that Pignosis cringe. All right, so there you go on that. Go on that nonsense. Holy shit. Oh, what a just spiteful little bitch. I gotta tell you. Just absolutely fucking spiteful. All right, well, anyway. So there you guys go on that. There will be, I'm confident that he's going to respond to this. And I should have waited. But, But, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? We'll just do a follow-up. It'll work out just fine. Okay. In closing, ladies and gentlemen. It leads, if anything, that's for me. That small encounter leaves me with more questions than answers. For one, instead of saying, oh, I met up with someone up there, he could just say, yeah, I ran into someone up there, or I bumped into a fan, or whatever. Like, meeting up with someone kind of implies that it was a planned thing, right? And he may not mean that, and I do kind of understand what he means, but that's kind of the way I'm taking it. Two, the fact that Kat wasn't there definitely shows that this united front that is quote-unquote supposed to be their marriage, which isn't a marriage, by the way, it's a relationship of convenience. It's an arrangement between them. It's a situation that mutually benefits them, so on and so forth. That's all it is, and that's all it ever will be. If she was in better shape, I don't see why she wouldn't go out. So either she has a problem being seen with you, or you got a problem being seen with her, or both. So that right there says a lot. And just the paranoia. He knows that he's being filmed more often than not, and he finds ways to limit him leaving the home. Like, for example, with the whole thing with the deep freezer. that right there in itself screams out, hey, I only want to leave my house once every 3 months. So whatever I can do that helps us keep enough food in the stable to where it allows me not to have to do so, the better. So that's what it seems like to me. So that screams underlying problems that we don't know, but it's slowly bubbling up, if you ask me. So there you go on that. Maybe, just maybe, being a lying piece of shit really isn't worth it. But, you know, what do I know? What do I know? I'm just a mentally ill detractor. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for listening in. I very much appreciate it. This has been on the end of the segment later. GTG, Spits That Grease, so on and so forth. Take care of yourselves. Big ups to either me or Diggs was one of the guys who cut this. I'm not sure which one of us, to be honest. I feel like I did it, though, to be honest with you. So, I guess big ups to that. Big ups to Raw Phil. Big ups to Chio. Take care of yourselves, people. And what I remember, a dent's going to always be a dent. And lol cows will never change. Because they don't think they're the problem. They think the world is. You can't fix that. And that's not stupid. That's mental illness. It is what it is. But, you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Take care of yourselves, people. Later.